Hello friends, welcome to Shankar IAS Academy's daily newspaper analysis. Today's date is 31/7/2024. Displayed here are the list of articles that we are going to discuss today. So without much delay, let's get started. Before we start our today's discussion, there is an important announcement. Mr. S. Jatin Babu, IFS officer of 2023, who is also a Tamil Nadu topper and all in the rank 27, is conducting a Telegram live session on how to maximizing your score in UPSC mains, and the live session will be conducted on August 3, 2024. If you want to join, please scan this QR code to join our Telegram group, and for your ease and convenience, we will be sharing a Telegram link in our description of today's video, so please do check it out. Our first video is going to be about a license Raj for digital content creator. Here we are going to discuss briefly about Broadcasting Regulation Bill of 2023. So let us start with its objective. It is meant to establish a comprehensive regulatory framework for digital media, and it also meant to replace Cable Television Network 1995, which comes under Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. And with respect to certification and registration, see, there are two categories. The first one is digital news broadcasters and OTT broadcasters, but there are mandatory registration is meant for both the platforms after a threshold value. Now with respect to content evaluation, see, there will be an internal content evaluation committee which is mandatory one. Then the content evaluation committee will comprise of representatives from various social groups. The programs to be broadcasted only after CEC issues required certification. Now with respect to the program code, the news and the current affairs programs will be adhering to the prescribed code, which will be in future prescribed by the central government. Going forward, let us see what are the provisions there for the self-regulation. At the Tier 1 level, a grievance redressal officer will be appointed by the broadcaster themselves. And at Tier 2 level, a self-regulatory organization for broadcasters will be present. Moving on, let us see some key features about Broadcasting Advisory Council. See, it will be the third tier of regulation, which actually hears appeals from SRO decision. Its composition consists of chairman and 5 government nominees and 5 eminent individuals. Now with respect to offences and penalties, see, operating without registration is punishable with a fine up to 10 lakhs or imprisonment. Fines will be proportional to the financial condition of the entity. Moving on, let us see the arguments in favor and against. With respect to the arguments in favor, it has been portrayed as modernization of regulation and balances broadcasting autonomy and regulatory oversight. Proportional fines and penalties has been received positively, supports public service broadcasting. And with respect to the arguments that has been leveled as criticism, let us see what are their concerns. It has been said that there is an increased government control over the broadcasting. There is a lack of clarity in the guidelines for program code, which is yet to be announced by the central government. There is also no provisions to appeal against the central government orders. The broad definition of public interest is being quoted as prohibiting the broadcaster's freedom. So, what will be the solution going forward? See, there will be a need for the clarity on the program code and the appeal mechanism. Broadcasting Advisory Council's role has to be strengthened. Ultimately, there should be a fine balance between regulation and the freedom of expression. So, with this, we have come to the end of this discussion. And if you have any queries, please don't hesitate to write in the comment section, and also don't hesitate to watch this video once again. So, with this understanding, let us try to answer this question. See, lack of clarity on certain provisions of the bill can raise significant hurdles in the implementation. So, discuss this in the background of Broadcasting Regulation Bill 2023. See, here you have to mention about the bill provisions and what are the pitfalls and what are the arguments in positive of this bill. And with the conclusion, you have to give the way forward also. So, if you are interested, please write it in the comment section. And with this, let's move on to our next topic for the discussion. Our next topic is going to be about the aging population. So let's get into the deep analysis of this topic from UPSC mains and prelims perspective. So what is an aging population? According to WHO, the official definition is the shift in the population towards older age. The general trend is 1 in 6 people will be 60 plus by 2030 according to WHO. But by 2050, it will be doubled according to WHO's analysis. See, these kinds of problem has been majorly seen in high income countries. For example, Japan has over 30% of 60 plus population, but these problems has been rapidly growing in low and middle income countries like India. And one more additional information is, see, these kinds of facts and data will be coming very handy in UPSC mains. So please make a note of it. Now coming back to the topic, let us see India's aging population. See, according to 2011 census, there are 104 million people aged above 60. Which accounts about 8.6% of total population. But it also projected to be growing significantly over the period of time. Please have a look at this graph. So including these kinds of graph will be making your answer more enriched. So please write it down in your own notes. Now going forward, let us see some basic facts about India's aging population. See, the life expectancy has been increasing over the years. At present, it is around 69.4 years in the year 2015 to 2019. And with respect to gender ratio, there are more women than men, according to the recently published National Family Health Survey 5. And the rural population accounts mostly to 71% according to the 2011 census. And the dependency ratio has been increasing from 14.2% in 2011 to projected growth of 19.1% by 2031. And with respect to the disability, it accounts about 8% of elderly population in India, according to NSO 2011 data. Now let us see what are the factors that majorly contributes to aging. The first one is the increased life expectancy, which actually because of the better healthcare, better nutrition and improved living condition. The next one is declining fertility rates. Schemes like family planning and economic consideration, social changes has been major contributing factor for this. The next one is the migration pattern. Youth out-migration and older adults staying behind, causing this change in demographic towards aging population. Now let us see what are the problems that has been faced. The first one is exclusion of certain section of people from the government scheme, which actually leading to poverty, lack of social security, poor healthcare, illiteracy and digital divide. The next one is inadequate social protection and healthcare, which results in financial insecurity and poor health outcomes. The next one will be no pension in the unorganized sector, which accounts about more than 90% according to NITI Aayog report, leading to financial hardships and dependency in family. The fourth major problem is multiple morbidities, which leads to increased healthcare needs due to chronic diseases. And finally, the changing family structure, which leads to more burden on women and caregivers, more importantly on smaller families in urbanized society. Moving on, let us see the ways to empower elderly people and what are the schemes in this regard. The first one is National Policy on Older Pension, which was actually implemented in 1999. It focuses on financial security, healthcare, shelter and protection from abuse. The next one is Rashtriya Vayosri Yojana. It aims to give financial aids, assistive devices for low-income seniors. The next one is Atal Pension Yojana. It provides grants for grants for running senior citizen homes. The next scheme is the National Helpline for the Senior Citizen. A toll-free support service number of 14567 has been implemented all over India. Then the Atal Vayo Abhyay Yojana has been given to provide awareness, has been implemented to provide awareness generation programs for the intergenerational bonding. So with this, we have come to know that the population aging presents challenges but also opportunity. Need a proactive policies and support system for a healthy and dignified life for our elders. So with this holistic understanding, let us try to answer a mains question. How does changing demographic profile of India pose challenges for its economic and social development, especially in related to the aging population? Here, you have to be giving a straightforward answer of how the changing demography affecting the economic and social development, and you have to also mention the way forward with respect to these challenges. If you guys interested in writing this answer, please do write it in the comment section. So with this, let's move on to our next topic for the discussion. Our next topic for the discussion is going to be about the fiscal deficit of India. So let's get into deep analysis of this topic. So what is a fiscal deficit? It is nothing but when a government spending is more than a government revenue, it is termed as a fiscal deficit. It is measured as a percentage of GDP, and more importantly, it is a major indicator of financial health of our nation. So let us now consequences of fiscal deficit. Firstly, it affects borrowing and selling of assets. It also leads to inflation and interest rates fluctuation, and more importantly, the growth prospect of a nation. And finally, it also affects the credit rating and investor confidence in the nation. Moving forward, let us see the recent trends in fiscal deficit of India. Due to COVID-19 impact, the deficit increased to 9.2% of GDP in the financial year 21. For the financial year 2023 and 2024, the deficit is projected at 5.9%, which is roughly 17.87 trillion Indian rupee. But the government target is reduced to 4.5% by the financial year 26. So let us now see the sectoral expenditure trends. The major focus is on capital expenditure and also revised allocation on agriculture, public debt, education and healthcare has been a major talking point of the budget 2024. Moving forward, let us see some of the important factual data which comes very handy for UPSC mains answers. See, the present total public debt comes around 60.31 trillion Indian rupee as of March 2023. And the debt to GDP ratio is 57.8%. See, these kinds of facts will be coming very handy in UPSC prelims questions also, because a trend-based analysis question has been part of recent UPSC prelims. So please have a look on this. Moving on, let us see how the government funds the deficit. Majorly by the government borrowing from domestic and also from external sources. Then by increasing taxes, reducing expenditure, then the government will be also doing the public asset sales, grants and aids, and finally, as a last avenue, the government will be going for monetization of debt, which is highly risky because it affects inflation also. Moving on, let us see FRBM Act. See, FRBM has been a frequently asked area and more importantly in prelims, so please pay attention. See, FRBM Act was actually enacted in 2003. It aims for fiscal discipline and sustainable growth of a nation. Its key provision includes debt management, fiscal policy statements. Post COVID-19, there are several amendments has been made in this act also. Have a look at this. This is a target of Union government to reduce our fiscal deficit of the year 2024 to 4.5% by the year 2025 to 2026. Having this data will be coming very handy in writing UPSC mains, particularly this year and also for next year. So please make a note of this. So with this, we have come to a holistic understanding of this topic. So with this understanding, let us try to answer this mains question displayed for you. So what are the reasons for the introduction of FRBM, that is Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act of 2003, and discuss critically its salient features and effectiveness. Here you have to mention all the provisions of FRBM Act and how it has been used in reality, and moving forward you also have to mention about the effectiveness in today's scenario with way forward. So if you guys interested in answering this question, please answer it in comment section. That's all for today's discussion. If you like this video, please hit like, share and subscribe to Shankar IAS Academy YouTube channel. Thank you.